Hello and welcome to the Gallant Goblin. My name is Theo Thorson. Today we're going to do an unboxing of the new set of painted miniatures for Dungeons & Dragons. This is Icons of the Realms, Monster Menagerie 3. Let's get to it. So I got a booster brick. A brick has 8 boxes in it. This is not going to give us every figure in the set, but it should give us a nice variety. I went ahead and got 2 extra as well. Gives us a nice round number of 10 and also put me over the level to get free shipping. So I'll go ahead and get the wrapper off and we'll get started. So the first and most important thing is how heavy is the box? It's pretty heavy. Let's see what's inside. So each box is going to have 1 large or huge figure and 3 small or tiny figures, or medium. So let's see what we've got. And here we go. So, this is quite the Cyclops, as you can see here. Nicely painted. His weapon is a little bent. But that's what you get with these things. You can easily fix that. Quite an imposing character here. Let's see what else we've got. Oh, wow. This is an Aasimar, I think. Nice big translucent wings. Really pretty. Very nice. I don't have anything quite like this, so that's really cool. Next one. Oh yeah, this is a Kuo-toa. I'm a fairly new DM, so if I mispronounce something, you're just gonna have to forgive me. But this will come in quite handy. I'm running Storm King's Thunder now for my group, and so I'm hoping to get a lot of giants. But Kuo-toa show up in this too a little bit, so that's very nice. And our last one in this box, fairly large figure. So here we have a Gnoll. Very nice head of hair there, little bone necklace. I find Gnolls are nice, figures like this, because you can use them substitute them for other things. If you don't have a werewolf or you don't have an orc or something, you can kind of just bust this out, and it's a fairly standard size and scary creature that you can use for several different things. So yeah, there we go. So this is the first set. I'm happy so far. Let's go to the second box. This one is heavy, so I don't know. Looking forward to this. Oh my. I think this is one of the ones they talked about on the back of the box that I'm not actually familiar with. I would say it looks like a stone giant, but his head of hair is too nice. Oh, he's seat belted in here. He actually looks like an Asgardian with that hammer. Alright, yes, this is... Oh no, this is Empyrean, which I am not familiar with, but this is quite the thing. He's got a very shocked look on his face. Yeah, this is kind of amazing. Very large figure, too. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, we got another Gnoll, so... Especially when it comes to the smaller ones and medium ones, you're going to get more than one in this brick. I think, and I don't know where I heard this, but the large characters you get, you're supposed to be fairly varied in the brick, but well, we'll find out shortly. So we got another Gnoll. Next we have... I think we might have his friend here. I think this is... Yeah, this is another Gnoll, but this is a Gnoll flesh crawler? Gnawer? Flesh gnawer. It's hard to say. But, oh wow, he's got a nice, what do you call that? Is that a morning star? I forget now. But he's got a friend now. Very nice. And our last one. I'm sure Gnolls travel in packs. Oh, this is a nice small goblin. Yes, this says Goblin on it, but he's got a very nice, like, translucent torch, I believe he's holding. I quite like this one, actually. I don't have anything like this either. You can never have too many goblins, right? You never have too many. All right, this one's also heavy. Let's see what we have. Oh, yes. Just what I need. This looks to me like a big frost giant. Let me take his seatbelt off. There we go. This is... Oh, no, it's a storm giant. Oh, of course, he's got a thunderbolt in his arm. Oh, wow. This is really nice. So I'm going to do another video after this one where we're going to compare some of this set, especially the giants, with the giants that came in the Storm King Thunder miniature boxes. So we'll kind of take a look at this compared to those. But so far, wow, that's really nice. Next we have... Oh yeah, this is a death dog, two-headed dog. Not something you want to run into in a dark alley. Very useful. And again, that's something you can use for, you know, other creatures, just a regular wolf if you don't have a regular wolf. Here we've got, I think this is a Magmin, which runs alongside some of the fire giants. So this is also very useful. I think he's got translucent hair as well. So they're really going all out on the translucent materials on these. Last one in this set. What is this? This is a Dragonborn Fighter. So if you have a PC who is wanting to play a Dragonborn Fighter, you're good to go. Nice shield on him. Very cool. I don't have a Dragonborn mini, so this is useful. All right, we've got another fairly heavy one. This is very exciting when you get one that's heavy. And I think I finally do have my Frost Giant. Not seatbelted in. Alright, so definitely a Frost Giant. I've gotten several booster sets and booster boxes of some of the previous Icons of the Realms minis, and I have to say these are the nicest ones of any of them I've gotten, I think. I'm very happy with this so far. This Frost Giant will come in very handy. Some of these little ones look pretty little this time. Let's take a look. Oh yes, this is a Magma Mephit. Very cool and detailed little guy. I don't know much about these fellas, but now I have an excuse to learn. Next one we have here. Ooh. Gray Slaad. Another one that I'm not familiar with, but this one is really nicely painted. Also has a translucent effect on him, as you can see in the video here. Big claws. Really nice. Okay. This one looks really small from inside the thing. Oh, I think it's an invisible one. I was going to say I thought it was just a base. They always give you invisible ones, and I don't know who necessarily wants... Oh, no, it's not an invisible one. This is just one of the very small flying ones. This is a Stirge, which also comes up in Storm King's Thunder, so this would have been useful a couple of weeks ago. But it's very cute. A very deadly butterfly. Also heavy. I'm just going to keep reporting how heavy they are. I'm expecting the fire giant Dreadnought, which is on the side of the box, to be the heaviest thing. I haven't gotten something that seems that heavy yet, but we'll see. What is this? Ah, this definitely looks like a hill giant. Oh man. This is quite the hill giant as well. Nice ponytail on him. It's got the neck folds. This is a female. This says hill giant. Yeah, that's impressive. Let's see what else we've got in here. We have, oh, this is a, was it a Triton? A Triton Fighter. Am I pronouncing that right? Yes. That's very cool too. I like it. Haven't come across those in my adventures yet, but I'm sure we will soon. Next one in here. If I can get him out. There we are. Oh, this is like a little Gnome Wizard? It's a Gnome Wizard. Also has a translucent effect with the fire, holding a staff. Very cute for your NPCs or player characters. Last one in this one. What in the world? Oh, man. Gibbering Mouther. That's just about the scariest thing I've ever seen. Man. This is, again, a new one to me, but this is a very cool mini. Okay. Similar weight. I haven't gotten too many duplicates yet, so keep our fingers crossed there. It's usually more of an issue with the smaller ones. But now that I say that, we have another Frost Giant. Although I think this one's a little different. Let me find the other one. There we go. So that's the one we opened a while ago. I mean, they're similar except for the weapon. The paint job was also a little different. The one with the axe, his first painted brown, and the other one's first painted gray. But otherwise, they're the same sculpt, just a different weapon and slightly different coloring. So it's always useful to have some variation. And Giants also travel in packs, so that's good to have too. Yeah, so one's 32 out of 35 and one's 31 out of 45, sorry, 45. So, there we go. Let's see what else we got in this set. This one looks pretty small. That is a Gazer, which I'm not familiar with, but it sure as heck looks like a very tiny beholder. Very nice. Next one. Oh, wow. This is Tridrone? I don't know what the heck this is, but it's like a spider type monster. Very imposing. Very cool. Last one here. What is this? This is like a Wereboar. Oh yeah, I can definitely see that when looking at him closely. Nice hammer. Hammer's actually straight on this one too, so that's cool. Alright, very cool. Don't know where you find Wereboars, but we'll find out. This one's lighter, so we'll see. This looks like my stone giant. Stone Giant Dreamwalker. Very alien looking. Some interesting design on his shoulder. I certainly know about stone giants, not so much about the Dreamwalker variety, so I'd be curious to learn about him. Very interesting. Very alien look to him. Next one. Oh, this is super cute. This is a winged Kobold. This is about the cutest thing I've ever seen. Looks like he's wearing a little... It almost looks like he's wearing a ripped up green t-shirt and jean shorts. Probably not what he's wearing, but I'm going to pretend that it is. What else we have? Oh my. This one... Mezzoloth? Mezzoloth? You can correct my spelling, or my pronunciation if you like. Kind of crab monster. Also very interesting. I'm not familiar with this one either, but I like the model. We're still doing really good with not getting duplicates, so I'm really happy about that. Last one looks like another Kobold. This is just a standard Kobold. Got a little sword on him that's bent. No wings this time, but he's wearing a similar little outfit. A little backpack on him. He's got a friend. This one feels heavier. I don't know. Still never got that Dreadnought. Still have... Oh, no, oh. There you go. That looks like the Dreadnought. I swear I didn't know what that was before I opened it. Fire Giant Dreadnought. That is quite the thing. The giant doesn't seem quite as tall as some of the other giant models. It's definitely heavy and solid. Nice, like a rusted look on the shields that he's carrying. Very interesting. This one's going to be, when we look at some of the fire giants from the Storm King Thunder set, you'll be able to see the difference. But he looks quite different than those. Very interesting. So heavy, I swear. All right. This is the last box of the brick as well. This looks like a bit of a zombie. This is a vampire spawn. If you're running the Curse of Strahd. Or there's some vampires in Storm King's Thunder. Let's see. Oh, this one fell out of the bag. This is the same one as... This is a duplicate from the last box. This is the Tridrone. Still very interesting character. And last but not least... Nice cape. What do we have here? Oh, wow. This would be a nice player character for somebody. This is a human bard. Almost looks, to me, like a pirate-themed character. Very interesting character. Very pretty and nicely painted. These are our last two, not part of the brick, so no promises for duplication. And it looks like we have Hill Giant again. I think definitely Hill Giant 28A. Might be a different... Let me see if I can see the other Hill Giant down here. There she is. Yeah, this one actually is different, so that's good. The other one didn't have a weapon. It is a similar sculpt, just open hand versus closed hand, and the backpack is a different color, as you can see. But otherwise similar. Nice. Technically not a duplicate. We also have... I'll put that over there. Very small one again. Oh, it's another Gazer. I think I'm going to enjoy these. I don't know what they can do, but I think they might be fun. We also have... Yeah, so we're going to get duplicates now. This is the Mud Mephit. Was it the one on Mud Mephit? I don't remember anymore. I think the color... I think it was a Fire Mephit. I'm not sure, but I think this one, the coloration is a little different. We'll figure that out in a little while. Last one. In this box. Another Kuo-toa, I think. If I can read it. Kuo-toa Whip. Oh, yes, this one has a whip on him. So this is, I think, different than the last one we opened. So very nice. Let's look at our last box. These over here. There we go. Another stone giant. Oh, that little fellow's out of his box. Yeah, he already... His little thing was open already. But, yes, this is another stone giant Dreamwalker. So I think this... Well, he might be different. Where's my other stone giant? It is different. So this is one we just got. Different weapon set. Got a flag as opposed to a bladed staff. Slightly different coloration again, so we got the two varieties, probably two varieties of each one in here. So that's great. I'm happy about that. This one fell out of the box. Oh, wow. This one I'm happy with. Arcanaloth, which I don't know what that is, but it is a cat with scrolls and a fireball. So it's not a cat, it's a... Or a wolf? Maybe it's a wolf. But this is really cool. I want to make a character around this. We also have another Kobold. Just a Kobold. Very cute red color. And our very final one for today. Ooh. Another gray Slaad. I think his coloration is a little different than the last one. Oops. But, and again, it's just one of the actual cooler poses of any of them. Okay. Let's go ahead and clean up and take a look at the whole set. All right, so overall, I think this is a really good set. This is the 9th Icons of the Realm set that they've released. I think it's one of the better ones. There's a good variety, especially if you're playing a game that's fairly giant heavy. So like I said, Storm King's Thunder, Tales from the Yawning Portal might be good. Each of the figures has something fairly unique about it, whether it's a translucent spell effect like some of these smaller ones, the wings on the Aasimar, or just a very interesting dynamic pose. Even when you get, and they have some varieties, the same sculpt but holding a different weapon, a slightly different color scheme. So it's a very good set, I think. If you are playing Storm King's Thunder, I think if you got a brick of this and a brick of the Storm King's Thunder mini set, you'd probably be pretty set. Even if you're not playing those, a lot of these figures just open up interesting story possibilities. You can take some of these figures like the Celestial over here, and you could probably sculpt an interesting little storyline out of him. Looking at the box, interestingly enough, I don't think I got very many of the figures that are listed on the box, which kind of makes me want to get another brick. I'm not really the biggest fan of random booster boxes in anything to begin with, so it's a little frustrating to not get what's on the box, but that's just the nature of the beast. If there's something in particular that you're interested in getting, if you wait a few weeks, some of the individual figures will be available on some of the online shops, so you can pick and choose what you want. Some will be more expensive than others, depending on the rarity, of course. Overall, that's the Monster Menagerie 3 set. Our next video, if you want to subscribe to the channel, I'm going to try to compare some of these figures to the ones in the earlier sets so you can see how different they are and if they are compatible, if they're an interesting combination for you for your next game. The video after that is going to be something interesting. It's a new set of miniatures that hasn't been released just yet. The Kickstarter backers will be getting it pretty soon. And I think it'll be an interesting idea, and we'll see if it works. So subscribe to take a look at that. Otherwise, if you have questions or comments, leave them in the comments section below and I'll answer them. And otherwise, I need to clear the table. I have to get ready for my game tonight. My party ran into an interesting vampire that they weren't expecting to meet last week. And it didn't turn out so well for them. So we're going to see if they can clean up that mess. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time on the Gallant Goblin.